Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're watching this. My name is Reverend Jen Pomfrey, the Healthy Happy Witch. Happy Magic Monday. So today I'm going to introduce you to a pretty awesome practice that I include in my witchy / spiritual everyday rituals. For those of you who've been following me for a bit, you know I often say that I'm a word witch. And this is not just some sensationalized trigger word thing that I say. Okay, this is a legit thing. Words have always been very important to me, and that's why we call it spelling, because words carry vibration. The syllables are the pulse of the words, and every word you use has a historical background. There's an essence to the words we use. So rather than just making sigils or following some regurgitated affirmation that you heard on another video, this is like combining all of that together. It's like you're creating an active sigil, an active spell that you're using power words in. An acronym, to me, is kind of like the container, right? It has the main word. But an acronym has other words in it, too. So those are like the ingredients to your spell. And the beauty of an acronymic spell or acronymic magic is you can take it anywhere you want with you. You can carve it on a candle if you prefer to leave it at home and let it burn. But you can also write it on a piece of paper and put it in your shoe or your purse or your pocket. You can write it on your wrist or your foot or whatever. You can just speak it aloud and give it breath. It really becomes more and more charged because it's words within a word and you speak them. And only you know what they mean. So let me elaborate more. Okay, I'm going to go to my notes because I want to make sure I stay on topic and explain this as best as I can. Okay, so when we're using acronyms as a spell, it helps to condense the meaning. So instead of writing some long, drawn-out spell, worrying about if it rhymes or, has a certain rhythm, we use just the natural rhythm of the words and the meaning and how they charge us, okay? It helps to direct our focus better, so this way we're not too scattered because it's a word, right? It's a single word. Yes, there are multiple words within that word, but they're condensed and packed into that word so that when we see that word, we already know what it means. We already know the words behind the word and why we've chosen them and what we're trying to bring breath and life and direction to. So it helps to really direct the focus without needing a lot of focal points. Okay? Therefore, it activates our intention, our motivation, our focus through repetition. The more you speak it, the more you utilize this word, you charge the other words inside of it as well. Okay? Doing all of this helps to really encode what would be a more complex spell or activity into a single utterance. And that's why it makes it so powerful. So, like, let's say, for instance, on the next new moon, your goal is health, right? You get to choose the words that align in that word. So what would H be? Is that happiness? Because happiness can be health. E could be eating better. A could be alignment. L could be let myself rest. T could be talk to myself kindly. And H could be help myself when I need it. Or help is available to me. Because a healthy choice is asking for help too. Not always doing it on your own. So it could be little mini sentences. It could be other just words. But it really compacts it. It condenses it. So this way you're not worrying about memorizing a long spell or needing all these altar items because you don't need them. You are the walking altar. You have every element inside of you. You are powerful. Why do you think... Oh, my camera's acting so freaking weird. I'm sorry. Why do you think evil eye is such a big deal right now? And has been for a while. And in lots of cultures, evil eye is a thing that they teach you about. Because evil eye is not just somebody always standing at an altar, putting stuff in a cauldron and looking at your picture and cursing you, okay? Evil eye is done sometimes so unconsciously, subconsciously, and unknowingly, but it goes to show the power of the mind and the focus. All a person needs to do sometimes is think of you with a lot of charged emotion, and you can pick up on that because it's all energetic. Okay? So this really helps to kind of put that together in that it keeps it simple. I'm a very simple witch. I don't need much. I like my cards. Yes, I like my candles. I like my incense. I like those things. Those are comforts to me. I like to be comfortable in my practice. And I know there's a lot of gurus and teachers out there that are going to tell you, well, you know, you got to get out of your comfort zone. No. That's bullshit. Yes, you need to analyze what you've been taught is comfort, or what you've been lying to yourself about what comfort is. But comfort, by its definition, here's the word witch for you, means freedom from pain, restraint, disturbance. You want to be comfortable in your practice. This is one of those practices I highly recommend in your magical practice because it is comforting. It's not telling you that you need this specific candle and you need this specific incense and you need, like, all of it is intuitive. And yes, have respect for the work you do. Don't disrespect the spirits if you work with spirits. Don't disrespect yourself or dishonor your intuition in your practice. Don't try to work against somebody's will. That's just awful. You know, magic and witchcraft and spirituality should be something that betters you, not bitters you. It should be something that elevates you, okay? But doesn't tend to your arrogance, okay? And in my personal opinion, it should be simple and not so complex because everything is a magical experience. Oh, sorry, my camera's acting strange right now. Everything is a magical experience. The words you speak, you are breathing into them as you speak them. When you put your makeup on, or you wash your face, or you take a shower, or you get dressed, or you know, you start your day, you have your coffee, all of that can be a ritual. It doesn't always need to be aesthetic. Your magical practice should be about alignment over aesthetic. Alignment over aesthetic, okay? So I know I went on a little tangent there, but this is kind of connected with what I'm teaching you right now, okay? So because this helps to simplify your magic, but also make it a lot more direct and focused and potent. So let me return to my notes real quick, see if I missed anything. Okay. So yeah, acronyms are how, like, the reason why they function magically and so powerfully, even in their simplicity, is because you get to think of each letter as a direction. It could be a virtue or a strength you want to work on. It's a command, not a demand, a command. You know, it helps you to elevate your energy, to get into that energetic space, to speak life into the things that give life to you rather than demand or speak out of desperation. Okay? It has its own spirit quality because I do believe that words are spirits in their own sense. They are their own energy. They have their own energetic signature, you know, down to the syllables. Like, those to me feel like the pulse. You know, that's why words carry rhythm and can be used in mantra. And the more we build on that mantra, it can clear, it becomes empowering, it becomes clearing, protective, and all that stuff, because it triggers something in our subconscious and in our emotional body, our physical body, with just that one word. But like I said, the beauty of an acronym, of acronymic magic, is there's words within that word that support it. And it's simple but powerful. So, for instance, now you can, like I said, you can use an acronym to be little sentences or words. So, like, for instance, like, let's say your goal is calm. Let's say you're going through anxiety, and I know, Lord knows, we are going through a lot of collective anxiety right now, so this might help. Let's say your goal is calm, okay? That word can have commanding and grounding words within it. Like, calm could be center, anchor, listen, move gently. Center, so that's like get yourself back to the moment. Anchor, focus on your 5 senses. Listen to what's going on with you. What do you need right now? And then move. It's kind of like our pause, observe, choose statement. That can be applied to that too. But it's like there's so much within that word. It's not just you saying calm down or I want to be calm. Calm then has more meaning to it when you decide and assign a job to each letter, giving it its own word, giving it its own statement that aligns with how you want to feel. And that's what I'm going to get to next. Okay? So take a second if you need to pause this video and write anything down. So that being said, choose how you want to feel. Okay? Sit with how you feel right now. Sit with what you're wanting to change for the better. How do you want to feel? And how would you describe that in 3 words? I want you to choose 3 for right now. Okay? Choose 3 words that really align with how you want to feel growing forward. Then I want you to sit with those 3 words. Say them out loud. Okay? Say them out loud. Say each one out loud for about a minute. Which one has the most charge to it? Which one is the one that really feels like it's in alignment with you? That's the one you need to work with your acronymic magic. Okay? Then you cross out the other 2 words, write that word down lengthwise. Okay? So like, for instance, like we chose calm, right? So once you choose your word, it's going to go lengthwise, not horizontal, vertical. So it's going to look like this. Okay? And then you are going to sit with calm, or whatever your word is. And each word, or each letter, you are going to assign a word or a small statement, okay, that aligns with what that word means for you, okay? So I'll give you an example. For me, calm would mean C, creative outlet. Whenever I feel anxious, I find it very helpful to write or dance. And I mean write just like in a stream of consciousness, just write poetry, nothing that feels like it has to be structured, okay? Or I dance. Movement, like that aligned movement, like just that flowy movement and just letting my emotions out, shaking my head around, whatever I got to do, helps me. After I do that, A would be aligned action. Once I get all that stuff out of my system, then I can take aligned action. Okay, now that I have all this unblocked, what do I actually want to do? Okay. L would be let go of what's uncontrollable. Stop putting my action steps towards all the stuff I can't control and start putting it towards what is in my control. And then M would be make peace with mistakes. Whatever was a mistake, stop focusing on it. Learn from it and make peace with it. Because a lot of times, most of us, need a creative outlet to work on our anxiety and stress. We need aligned action. When we're taking misaligned action, of course that's going to create anxiety. We need to let go of the uncontrollable. Too many times we focus on what we can't control and it distracts us from what we can. And then M, we need to make peace with mistakes. Make peace with the fact that we fucked something up. And that'll help us calm down more, right? So that's an example. Now, I don't know what your word would be, but make sure that it really sits well with how you want to feel, what you want to create in your life and within yourself. And then write this word, speak this word, okay? Speak it, write it on a candle, write it on yourself, write it on a piece of paper and put it somewhere, whether it's on an altar or it's in your shoe or it's in your purse or in a jacket pocket, in your car. And so this way, every time you feel it, you look at it, you can speak it and you know the words that are inside of it. You know what it means. And you're using the power of words to speak your reality again. Do this for about a week, 2 weeks tops with one word, okay? Just to kind of get a rhythm with it and see how it shifts your psyche. See what things come up for you to change within and around you. And the beauty of acronymic spells is when you share them with other people. Let's say you create an acronymic spell that really aligns with you and has helped you, and then you have a friend or a family member that might be going through something similar to what you used your acronym for, you can share that with them. You can share that acronymic spell with them. And then it builds on the power because not only are you speaking it now, but they are. And then if it works for them, they can share it with others too. And it builds power the more you share it with those who need it. Last but not least, let's get to the really grounded reason why acronymic magic works. Okay, this works in 3 layers. Okay, the conscious, the subconscious, and on a somatic level. Okay, consciously, it's because we give it meaning. We are assigning meaning and jobs to this word and the words within the word. Subconsciously, it is activated by sound. Okay, words carry vibration. Every word you use has a different sound, a different rhythm, a different vibration to it. And that sound alters and activates or triggers something in the unconscious mind, the subconscious mind. Because I feel like none of you are unconscious while you're watching this, so it's subconscious. And then last but not least, it activates and helps soothe and empower you on a somatic level because of the rhythm the words have. The rhythm helps the somatic self. Sound helps the subconscious self. And then just assigning meaning and jobs to the words within the word helps you on that conscious, active level. Okay? So it really helps to ground this into reality psychologically, emotionally, physically, and energetically. I will leave you with that for right now, because there's a lot that I can go into with this. So if this is something you'd like to learn more about, I do offer classes on various things. This is something I could teach you. We could do coaching on this personally, one-on-one. I would love to help you create your own acronymic grimoire or book of shadows or journal, whatever you want to call it, your spiritual book. I would love to help you with that, but this is a good place to start, and it gives you really grounded reasons why it works. I feel like there's a little too much woo-woo out in the YouTube world and not enough holistic background, holistic teaching, grounded psychology, just basic energetic principles. I don't feel like there's enough like grounded in reality magic out there, and I'm happy to bring it to you. So if you have any questions about what we spoke on today, if you have anything that I said that was a little confusing or overwhelming, please comment below if you feel comfortable, or you can email me at jpspiritualfitness@gmail.com, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have. I hope you have a really good time with creating your acronymic sigil and charging it and using the power of words in your life to heal and activate you on a conscious, unconscious, energetic, spiritual level. I hope it helps you work on emotional issues that have been blocking you. There's really no limitation to how you can use this because words are everywhere and mean so many different things to so many people. So I hope this helps you.